Oh, gotcha games. I've had my fair share of time with them. Some of them I've completely flushed after a week or two. I've dropped some and came back many times. Right now, there's 4 in my rotation. Honkai Star Rail, Zenless Zone Zero, Girls Frontline 2, and the one that's been slowly creeping up to the top for me, Wuthering Waves. And when I say slowly, I really mean it. The only thing that drew me in was the combat. It's very active and feels good to pilot. It reminds me a bit of PSO2, one of my favorite games of all time. The exploration is decent, the puzzles are fun, and traversal isn't much of a hassle. Kuro has definitely built a solid base, and they continue to make great characters in appearance and gameplay. Aside from that, it felt like Wuthering Waves lacked a solid identity. The story was not anything groundbreaking. Acts 1 through 4 were mainly necessary exposition for the story. Act 5 was where things started to get interesting, with Act 6 being pretty good, but the pacing was off. The story needed more build up for Act 6 to hit harder than it did. There's definitely potential. The world building and the lore is there for sure, but the way the stories are told definitely needs work. 1.1's story was a step in the right direction, but it still lacked some characterization to make us feel attached to the characters we're watching. At the very least, the new areas and environments are beautiful, and the set pieces in the main story end up being pretty cool. Again, the main draw of Wuthering Waves to me is the combat. Characters are well designed, from their kit to their animations. Even characters that I didn't find that interesting from their initial reveal turn out to be great. Zhang Liao looked kinda whatever to me, but playing him, that's a whole different story. I ended up liking him a lot more after I got him, for free by the way. The game just feels fluid, mainly due to the Concerto energy mechanic. This gauge dictates when players should commit to a swap between characters, with a full gauge triggering outro skills, which often buff the incoming unit. The game also allows for some hectic playstyles, with quick swap teams taking advantage of switching characters during long animations, maximizing the DPS the team can do. But slower, simpler, hyper carry playstyles are possible and still effective. Individual character kits are well designed, with their Forte circuits offering resource buildup for unique attacks and buffs without needing an additional keybind. Put these together with the enemy encounter design, and I find the game to be quite engaging. Dodging and parrying works well, and it feels rewarding, even when some characters like Camellia can just spin to win and manage to parry an incoming attack for free. Wuthering Waves at its core is a stylish, fast-paced action game, and I just love that. I can trust Kuro to continue with their combat and visuals, especially after the 2.0 livestream. Carlotta looks great, she checks a lot of boxes for me. Gun user? Yep. Ice DPS? It's not my favorite, but I'll take it. Animations? Sound design? That's crisp. I'll be getting her for sure. Rocky is not my kind of character, but she still looks good. The grouping of enemies is cool, and seeing that she has a unique gadget from her skills is interesting to see. The fact that Pero is the one who holds the gauntlets is also really creative. We also got some glimpses of Phoebe, Zanny, and Brandt, who a lot of players are looking forward to.
Please, Zanny, I need this. Don't be a dedicated shielder that only shows up for 3 seconds.
With the 2.0 livestream. With the 2.0 livestream, I think Wuthering Waves is starting to find some identity. The main trailer had so much more personality and style than usual, but it's basically a music video, so that's a given, right? The rest of the stream was still super high quality though. The ads, the story-focused trailer, the presentation, it's all gone up a level. Voice acting sounded good, the music has improved. It feels like the devs wanted to take some time and put some life into Wuthering Waves with Renacida. Not to mention, they seem so dedicated to improving the game as well as tackling major complaints from the community. Let's go over some of that new stuff, shall we? Renacida, the new region, appears to be vast and expansive. Luckily, Minecraft Steve has loaned us his Elytra. It's definitely a lot faster than gliding, and it will be upgradable through exploration. For water traversal, a gondola has been added, and it can even climb waterfalls. They've explicitly stated they've been working on making sure players feel a connection to the characters in the story. The stream also showcased some great looking sequences while addressing these concerns, which is great. They introduced 40 new echoes of various types, 25 of which can be absorbed into the databank. The boss enemies in particular look pretty insane. Older boss enemies are also receiving Nightmare Echo versions with new skills. Will Thundering Mephis finally be usable? 5 new set effects are also coming in 2.0. Hooray! I can go back to the mines! Events are also improving, with a co-op event where players will fight bosses together. John Wick makes an appearance, pincer maneuver returns, new tactical holograms, and much more. Sanhua gets a free skin, and Jinshi receives a premium skin with weapon coding, avatar, sigil, and changes to her visual effects. Of course, quality of life and optimizations are always welcome. Players can play the Renacida main quest directly after Chapter 1, Act 3. Boss materials will have early access for those new characters on the banner that need them. You can change the gender of Rover every 24 hours if you'd like. Synthesis will be accessible anywhere, also now allowing you to convert excess materials into other types of materials you may need. No more running to the synthesis table is a big win in my book. Dailies have been made even easier than they already are, with 20 points given just for logging in. Exploration progress has an improved interface alongside the map, helping players locate challenges easier. Immersion mode will turn off the UI, which will be helpful for content creators. Music will be accessible in the archive of melodies, letting you change the background music. Even more changes will be in the patch notes, and the patch will come out on January 2nd. They gave us a lot on the 2.0 livestream, which was extremely exciting. I hope the update lives up to the quality showcased on the stream, and that Wuthering Waves keeps improving. 2.0 has the potential to take Wuthering Waves to new heights, and I'm glad to have been around for it. If you guys enjoyed the video, like and subscribe, or you'll end up like me with a whopping 0% win rate on 50/50s in Wuthering Waves. Later!